How to replace or install a light switch, easy and simple. As of April of 2026, the average cost for an electrician to replace a single light switch typically ranges from $50 to $250, with a national average of around $150. And this doesn't even include if you're doing a double switch or a three-way switch, a four-way switch, or a dimmer switch. Now, you're not going to be a licensed electrician at the end of this video, nor will you know all the ins and outs about electricity, but I guarantee at the end of this video, you will be able to change that light switch out confidently and have no issues and save a ton of money. Some tools that you'll need a flathead or a Phillips screwdriver, a voltage tester, non-contact preferred, needle nose pliers, a new single pole switch, electrical tape. This is optional but recommended. First thing you want to do is to cut the power to the breaker. There should be a label located on the side of the panel door telling you exactly where that breaker is located. If it's not, and you find this breaker, it'll be a good time to write this down so you never forget. Now, to be sure that you cut the right breaker off, you will want to put the voltage tester on the light switch before you take the plate off. Once you verify that there is no power to it, you use your flathead screwdriver, or if it's a Phillip, remembering the principle of righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. If you weren't the last person to paint your house, you might want to take a knife and score the edge of it, because this electrical job can turn into a paint job very quickly. So save yourself some trouble and take a few extra seconds and score around the edges. Once you score it around the edges, you could take the plate off, take your voltage tester, and check again to make sure that there's no power to the switch. You can never be too safe. Now, if you happen to have paint on the screws to the switch, like I did, you can use a box cutter, your knife, or a flathead screwdriver to score it and then twist off. Here again, you will want to follow the principle, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Your new switch should come with 2 new screws, so there's no need to keep these. Now that I have that final screw out, I needed to take my flathead and put it behind the switch in order to get the paint off of it. Here again, you will want to be careful, because there's a possibility that you could chip the paint on the wall and you'll be doing touch-up around the switch. Now that you have the switch out, you will want to locate the ground wire. This is the green screw with the bare copper wire around it. In the case of my switch, the neutral wire, the white one, was used as a hot conductor along with the black wire. So you'll notice that I have a neutral wire connected with the switch along with the hot wire. Likely you'll find this at your house, which will have 2 black wires, one going to the light switch and one going from the power source. Thus, once you hit the switch, it'll connect the power source to the light, and once you break the switch, it'll disconnect the power source. This would be a good time to check the wires to make sure that there's no breakage in it. There's been times where I've replaced a switch or an outlet and I took the wire off, and the wire that's wrapped around the nut will fall off, and I will have to re-strip the wire and reconnect it. So here I am doing a wire inspection, and I'm just going through again, like checking for any wire that look like it's getting ready to fall off. Sometimes you'll see a little slit in it. I'm looking at the wire to make sure that I don't see any type of burnt marks. Now I'm at the breaker. I have to check to make sure that I have the right wire that's going to be the hot wire, and whichever wire is going to be the traveler wire. So I needed to identify that one and then put some black electrical tape so that I can remember which one is my hot wire. So if you have to go through this extra step like I did, be sure to go back and cut the breaker back off so that you do not electrocute yourself or get an electrical shock. Doing this final check with the voltage tester to make sure that there's no power coming through the electrical wire. Now we're ready to install the new switch. Notice that the new switch has 2 brass on the left side of the switch, and it has the ground wire on the bottom. This ground wire you will want to hook up first. The correct way that you will want to screw the wire to the screw, whichever direction that the wire rotates to tighten up, that is the way that you will want your wire to be facing the hook. If you don't have a hook because you have to strip the wire, you would need to take your wire strippers. There are holes down there for the different type of gauge, and you would curl the wire, but when you put it on, the goal is to tighten it the direction of the screw. Next, you will want to install the hot wire with the same principle, tightening the wire the direction of the screw, and likewise to the bottom. Next, you will want to put the screws back to the electrical box, screwing one of the screws 40% and then the other back and forth until it's tight, but to ensure that the switch goes on straight. Once you get the plate back on and everything buttoned up, you're now ready to put power back to the source. Test the light to make sure that everything works properly, and you just saved $150 to $200 by installing a light switch yourself. If this video helped you out or gave you the confidence to tackle this project yourself, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps this channel grow. And if you're into DIY projects, home repairs, and learning how to do things the right way, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Got questions, ran into an issue, or have a tip of your own? Drop it in the comment section. I read every one, and I'm always here to help. Thanks for stopping in on this project, and I'll catch you in the next one.